Hello and welcome to this video where I'll be making this wooden box with box joints and a dovetail sliding lid. The first thing I did was to cut the sides of the box out. For this I am using the bandsaw. Using the thicknesser I made sure that all the boards were square. Here, using the radial arm saw, I am cutting the piece to the correct length. Here I am using my router to allow me to make the box joints. There will be a video on this in the next coming weeks. I then cut the two shorter side lengths. Back over at the router, I made the finger joints on the opposite side. I make a cut, then put that cut over the little key and repeat the process. Here I am cutting the top two fingers off the side piece. I am then planing down the thickness of the finger. With the piece I cut off, I then glued it onto the longer side. Over at the belt sander I cleaned the face up. Using a dovetail router bit, I then created the sliding lid. Here I am gluing the box together. To make the box level, I ran it over the planer. However, I clamped some boards onto the shorter pieces to make sure that they didn't split when I ran it over the planer. I cut some boards like before and glued them together. This would form the bottom of the box. Here I am cleaning up the bottom of the box. I then ran it through the thicknesser to make sure it was all square. On the bottom of the box I made a groove all the way along using a straight bit. This is because I want the bottom of the box to slot into the top. I then sanded the bottom of the box because this would be the best time to have access to it. I then gave it a coat of Danish oil. I then glued the bottom of the box into the top. Once the glue had set, I then removed the clamps. Once the box is dried, I use the bandsaw to remove any excess wood. Over at the router, I rounded over the bottom of the box. I also rounded over the finger joints as well. Here I am giving the box a good sanding. Like before, I added a coat of Danish oil. I then added some little rubber feet to the bottom of the box. Then glued two pieces together to form the lid. I then ran the board through the planer. Using a dovetail bit, I then created a groove on the outside of the boards. I took a light plaster on the planer, then repeated the process until the lid was a tight fit in the box. Using a straight bit, I then created the groove on the top of the lid. I then cut the lid to the correct length. Here I am rounding over the corners on the lid. Like before, I finish off with a coat of Danish oil. Here is the final product. Thank you for watching. Please like, rate, comment and subscribe. I also have a Patreon account where you can donate and support the channel.